Last question for Doug. I know Doug has a very tight schedule. The Greenbelt was made, announced by the government, I think it was 20 years ago. Now the population has grown so tremendously over the last 20 years, and the housing price, especially here in Markham, Richmond Hill, is so high. Are you going to deal with this issue in a different way than the current government, and how?
Absolutely, I'm going to. It's a very simple philosophy. Let me give you an example. I always use my family as an example. My daughter gets married, you know, and I probably said the same thing as my dad said. You got to work for what you get, and so on and so forth. So she moved out to Milton. She married a sergeant at 31, great guy. They both have fairly good incomes, but they couldn't afford a house in Toronto. The average house is 1.2, 1.3 million. They went out to Milton. Their townhome, a simple townhome, cost them $670,000. How can young people afford it? How can anyone afford a townhome at that cost? I go back to my business experience when it comes to this. It's called supply and demand. We need to open, not all the Greenbelt, but there's certain areas that don't need to be Greenbelt. And I think they had the gun put to their head, the government in the past, to put this magical line saying you can't build. And it's just farmer fields and it's right beside a community. We need to open that up and create a larger supply. When there's a larger supply, what happens in the store when you have tons of something? The price drops. Very simple. There's areas right here in Markham, right here in Scarborough, that industrial property's been sitting there vacant. It'll sit there forever. And it's butt up against a residential area. Open it up. Open it up until we can build affordable housing. We will open up the Greenbelt, not all of it. We're going to open a big chunk of it up, and we're going to start building and making it more affordable and putting more houses out there. The demand for single-dwelling homes is huge, but no one can afford them. So we need to start building affordable housing. I've already talked to some of the biggest developers in this country. And again, I wish I could say it's my idea, but it was their idea as well. Give us property, we'll build, and we'll drive the cost down. That's my plan for affordable housing.